Hey everybody. So we're back again, I guess. So you notice I'm not standing over where I normally stand, and the reason for that is I promised you guys kind of a surprise at the end of the last game, and here it is. So let's take a look. See, uh, I told you I was going to use a lot of concrete, and there it is. That's what my plan was, is to use a lot of concrete. Now what this is, as you can see, it says R&D. Um, this is my area to develop blueprints for. I have one here with the grid all laid out um, for substations. As you can see, the entire thing has electrical coverage. Uh, there's also um, RoboPort coverage, almost completely covering it for construction bots, but all the way around the edges of it for logistics bots. And the reason for that is that uh, up here I have a bunch of logistics chests that I set up and I filled with all the things that we're going to need to start developing some of these blueprints that we want to develop. Over here, you notice I also have another patch. Not quite as big, pretty close to as big. At some point, I will probably mine these the heck out of the way, or relocate this. This was the best place I could find for now. This one is going to be for developing railroad schematics, because with the railroad schematics, they don't quite fit the same grid substation-wise, but I wanted to go ahead and have both, so that I can do up blueprints and be able to have everything covered without poles, without what have you. We just plop down a bunch of substations and be done with it. This is kind of moving towards that base in a box concept that I had. So there we go. So yeah, so this is, like I say, this is what I did. I marked the location of each of the substations in case something happens and I pick one up accidentally. I know where to put it back down. Visually, I put a light by each of them. We probably will be picking lights up and putting lights down as we need to. So there's the deal there. Over here, like I say, it's just a blank square. On this side, the yellow border denotes the edge of the electrical coverage. Plus, it just looks fancy because it's an industrial R&D area, so we want that safety tape around it, right? So here we go. So that's what this is going to be. Is for our this is going to be, like I say, for doing our trains, and that's what we're going to start getting into now. As you can see, I've got a number of things already in my inventory, including bots. Off camera, I went ahead and I built myself a portable fusion reactor. Took a lot of blue and what have you to do it, so I figured I'd do it off camera. I just swiped it from the research stuff. I also have two RoboPorts here, and I got 115 bots. Now, over here, I guess I didn't put them in this chest should also be two RoboPort Mark IIs. The difference between those being that the RoboPorts will allow you 10 robots, whereas the Mark IIs will allow you 25 apiece. So I wanted to go ahead and have those. I don't know why they're out of there. I think I was moving some stuff around. Anyway, that'll give me 25 robots a piece that I can send out and operate, and these give me 10 a piece. So that's 70 robots. That should be plenty for picking up and putting down stuff as we do the schematics. I have some red and green wire because I want to try some things that I saw as far as gates and things like that. I have a couple of hundred solar panels. I got some accumulators. I got some walls. I got some lasers, and I got a bunch of track. And of course, I got my lights and things like that. So I've got pretty much everything I think that we're going to need right off. We'll kind of judge it, and if we need to increase some of these numbers as we go, we can certainly do that. So let's go on over here, and this is going to be a short video. I'm not gonna make you guys sit through all of the schematics that I'm going to make, but you know, I'm gonna go through and build a couple of them. Now, the way I'm building these, I actually got this idea from someone else from watching his videos, and it's I'm sure if you guys are fans of Factorio that you probably already know of him. It's Zisto. I'll put a link down in the in the doobly-doo at the bottom there to his YouTube channel. He has a lot of videos. They're got a lot of information in them, not just for Factorio, but for Minecraft and other things. I highly recommend his channel. I've watched a lot of his videos, and he's got a lot of good stuff. So like I say, that'll be down in the doobly-doo. You guys go check it out, check him out, and you know, I think you'll be happy because he's got a lot of cool stuff in there. So so anyway, I was watching one of his video series. It was Factorio Mitosis, where he was building things on the idea of you know, biological mitosis with regards to how he was setting up his bases and things like that. But when I was watching that, I really liked his railroad layout. And he did it all with blueprints. He set it all up and had blueprints for everything. It made it really simple and easy to set down railroads and expand. And so I looked at that. I didn't go look and see if I could download his blueprints anywhere. I wanted to try and do it on my own. So I made my own, kind of based after his ideas. So he had solar panels and substations. And accumulators and lights and stuff in his, and I like that idea, and I'm going to carry through with that idea. The one thing I do want to add, though, I'm going to try adding, is I'm going to try adding walls and lasers to the whole thing. Because what I'd like to do is, as I expand and I expand out my railroad, I'd like to use my railroad as my border walls. I thought, since I was out there and I was doing it, why not set it up so that as I expand my railroad can become my border walls. And then we can go in and kill biters and what have you as we feel like it. So that's kind of my thought process. And so we're gonna see how this goes. So I'm gonna start out. I'm just gonna, like I say, I don't want to bore you guys with a whole bunch of blueprint making, but that's what I'm going to be doing. So I'm just going to throw down a few, you know, simple ones here, and then I will go back through and I will do some of the other ones off camera so that I have them. And probably next video, what I'll do is I'll just bring them all in here and I'll set them out one at a time and let you guys see what I came up with. So let's start off with doing you know, just a straight rail one. So we got, oops, of course we got to be close enough to us, don't we? Alright, so let's see, let's go up here, give ourselves some space, and we're just going to run one down. Right, now one of the things I want to do is I'm going to double rail this. Okay, so in each direction I'm going to have two rails. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start it out with just the one rail. I'm going to build myself a circle. And you know, yeah, we can do that. And then we bring it around, and we bring it around, and we bring it back around. Okay, so there we go. Right, so then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. We're going to come into this, even it up here. Sugar, now I lost my place there. There we go. That should line up. We'll see. Alright. There we go. Alright. So that gives us a roundabout, and then we're going to make a second roundabout outside of that one. And let's see, how much space we want to give ourselves. What we want to do is we're going to want to set these up so that we can transition from one to the other in order to allow trains to pass. So I want to make sure I've got my actually, you know what, that's our inside, so we don't want that. That is our inside. So we want to go on the outside of that. Alright, so basically what I'm doing here is I'm just measuring, because I want to be able to bring that up and then straighten it back out, right? And that will give us basically our distance that we need to keep our two rails apart. Right? There we go. Alright. So how many is that? Let's see. That's 1, 2, 3 apart. And that's the nice thing about putting this concrete down too. You've got these blocks that you can measure using them. So that definitely comes in handy too. So 1, 2, 3, rail. Right? Right. Okay. So there we go. Now we're going to take this back out because that's not what we want here actually. Right, there we go. So now I probably should have made this up a little bit further or a little shorter or something, because what we're going to do is we're going to go this way with it now. Oops. Would help to turn it, wouldn't it? Alright, so if we go here, right? This is going to give us a crossroad. Oops, wrong way. Right, so if we have to cross anywhere, this gives us the ability to do so, and it gives us a bit of a roundabout at the same time. And there. And I'm just laying the tracks down for now. When we start looking at putting in the solar cell, the solar panels, and the substations and stuff, we will worry about the final links on these railroads then, or these tracks then, because what we want to do is we want to have it so that our substations will connect from one to the other just automatically, and when we lay our schematics down. So that's my intention. We'll see how well it works out, you know, but that's what we're shooting for, folks. Let's put it that way. And then we want, again, what did we say? 3. 1, 2, 3, 1. Right? Right there. Right. And then let's go. Oops. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Okay. Right? How's that look? All right. Not bad. We'll extend this down a little further because we're right at the edge here. Right? There we go. Okay, so that's our inner circle, and we want our outer circle, which of course is going to go to our outside. Let's see if we can get it to fit properly here. Oops. Yeah, I know I'm not close enough. Missed it by that much. Does that look right? Let's see. No, that's off somewhere. This one's off. Way off. Not even close to a circle, is it? Ah, that's all right. Rails, not belts. Right there. How's that look? Right, so there we go. So now, if it's coming up here, it can go around this inner circle and change directions. Now, mind you, we're gonna stick with U.S. roads basically. So, you know, we're gonna keep to the right. So if we're coming up here, right, then we can come around here and go that way. If we're coming up here, we can come all the way around and go this way, etc., etc. So the other thing we want to do with this is if we're coming up here, we want to be able to get onto this road, right? Yeah, if we're coming up here and we're on the inside or on the outside and we want to go to the outside. So tracks, Moreland. Oh, back further. Oops. Right? Right. There we go. So that will bring us there, right? And then we want to do the same thing with the inner one. So if we're coming up the inner one, we want to go to the inner one. Yeah, we got to come up a little further, a little further. One more, looks like. All right. So you know what? If we're going to do that, let's see if we can share this track, or at least some of this track. Should have probably checked that first, huh? We'll see. All right, so if that's coming that way, and we want to hit that, if we go here and then here, How's that look? I think that looks pretty good. I think that looks better, right? Because then we can go either way on that. We're kind of doubling up that track. I think that's what we're going to do. All right, so let's take these out, and we'll put in these corners first, and then we'll put in this outside, because that'll give us the guide for the outside pieces. And this is, you know, the thing with this is it's a little bit of fiddling, you know, and what have you, and seeing what works, seeing what you're happy with. There. Right, okay. So now, if we're coming, let's hook that up, get rid of that one. If we're coming from here, we want to go to the outside here. Oops. Gotta watch the direction of your arrows. So we want to go there, right? Okay. And then if we're coming from here, we want to go there. So we're going to go one more. Want to go there, right? There we go. So that'll take us onto that one. That'll take us onto that one. We're still on the right-hand side. Same thing over here. We're coming from here. Let's see if we can line this up. And just use the, there we go. And then here, I think it was. How do you know? There we go. Right about there. Nope, not quite. Come on. Make sure you're on the right on the right arrow direction when you do this, so it doesn't screw you up. There we go. And then this comes from like right here, I think it is. Yep, there you go. All right, so now we've got, you know, the corners. So now we can go ahead and back in, and we can put in our circle as well, right? Okay, and we got that one on that side already. So now we need to go right, and then there to there. So there we go. So now we've got an outer circle and an inner circle, and outer and inner change lane turns to do that. All right, so there we go. So that gives us our tracks. So now let's kind of even this up. It looks pretty close. Put one more down here. Like I say, we'll end up changing this based on substations anyway. All right, so now we want to put in solar cells. We want to put in signals, etc., etc., etc. Now signals are are one of those things that I'm still sort of learning. So I'll probably get these wrong. But we want to have a signal at the beginning of each of these branches as we come into a section of track. And again, we're going to keep with the US, so we're going to keep this on the right. I'm going to put a signal prior to each of these track changes. So we'll do a signal here. We'll do a signal here. That gives us those changes there. We're going to want to do a signal here for that one. Let's see, that's that way, that's that way, that's that way, and that way, and that way. So that covers all of these. So we're going to do the same thing over here on the others, on all four corners. You know what? Let's see. We actually don't want to get too crazy on the signals yet, though. You know what? Let's do this. Before we put in these signals, even though I already started doing that, let's do the substations first, because then we'll know how long we need these rails to be. So we want substations to cover this whole area, including the blank spaces in between, because we're going to use those for solar panels. So let's go ahead and set up our substations as best we can. To lap. Now we got a little overlap there, but you know, that's the way it goes, because we got that rail that's in the way. We don't, you know, so we'll go past the rail. There we go. Okay. And then we will go same thing in this direction. All right, if we go one back, one back. I may have to expand this yard a little bit. I thought I had enough room, but apparently I maybe don't. All right, so there we go. So now let's see if we can't get these filled in. Again, that's kind of, it might be a little bit wasteful in some regards, but as far as some of these overlaps, but again, it's a lot better than what we had with what we would have if we did poles. Why is that? Oh, because I'm underneath of it. Right there. Right there. Now, when he did his, he did not go all the way out into the corners like I'm doing, because he did not do his solar panels all the way out into the corners. I'm doing it that way not so much for the solar panels, but because, like I said, I want to do walls with this. So I want to have it out far enough that I am covering my walls as well. So now if that covers all the way to, let's see where this goes to. Where's my substation? All right, so right there is about there. All right, let's see if we're too far. All right, so if I do there, then when I lay down my next track, I should have a substation connection. I'm going to take away the very last one just to be safe, just to be sure. But that's where my rails are going to go out to. They're going to go out to the edge of the substation coverage. All right, so let's check on this side. Yep, perfect. And then I said bring it in one. And when we go out and if we end up deciding that, you know what, we'd rather it be one more in length, you know what, we can always add it. Nothing says we can't redo these later. Oops. Come on, dude. You know better. And right there, right? Yeah. Looks like it. There we go. Wow, perfect. Now these roundabouts are probably going to be, in reality, the biggest layout we're going to have. Everything else is going to be smaller, so this may very well be an okay space. All right, so before we go any further, let's get a schematic of this, and come on. Yeah, do it right there. And then we'll have the robots come in, pick all this mess up. And we're going to move it up a little bit. That way we have the room on the bottom here for that other length of track, so that we can have a proper schematic, or proper blueprint, sorry. I know, keep calling them schematics. Habits. Old habits die hard, I guess. Come on. Something else I just realized. Alright, there we go. So now let's grab this and move it up some, so that we have that extra room on the bottom to fill in that end. And while these guys are doing that, let's do some research. Let's grab a Coverex enhancement processing, because it's going to take a while to have it, and it would be nice to have. So let these guys do their thing. So much faster than laying it by hand. Boom, there we go. So now, put these back down here where we want them. Right? Oh, I guess I should not stand under it. We missed one over here. Alright, there we go. So now, if we look at this, this whole thing should be covered by those. And we want to go ahead and put our tracks in to go down here. Yep, okay. Ta-da! Alright, so there we go. So now let's toss this schematic because we don't need it anymore. We've got our layout. So now what we're going to want to do is, like I say, we're going to want to put in solar panels. We're going to want to put in accumulators. We're going to go back and we'll go back and put the signals in at some point. So now it's just a matter of Tetris, basically. We just gotta see how many we can fit and in what the best way to fit them is. And also have them look aesthetically pleasing. You know, so kind of even from one side to the other as bestest we canest. Right. That one don't fit there, so we gotta come in one. We're a little off, but not so much that we 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. All right. Right. Now let's see something. Yeah. See. So that's what I'm saying is we'll fill in, kind of jigsaw puzzle it all together here. And we'll probably put some more down there. Better yet, let's do this. Right? And then that gives us room that we can put lights in there too. And in these smaller spaces, we'll put what fits. If it fits, if it doesn't fit, we'll, you know, leave it open. We know a solar panel won't fit there. All right, but this will. And because it's all connected, you know, thank God for substations, right? Or whoever invented them. Anybody know who invented the substation? So there you go. So that's what we're going to do, is we're just going to continue to fill these in. Once I get them filled in, now I'm not going to, bust my brain trying to do ratios. Oh, excuse me. Or anything like that. We're just going to, place them as we place them. And we'll go from there. Which is, what I say about everything, right? We'll go from there. But that is true. I mean, because we got, if you think about it, we got that great big field of them that are at the main base that is going to more than compensate for anything that we've got here. So we really don't have to worry about it. Unfortunately, you can't rotate these and stick them in other odd ways, I guess. Right. So yeah, so it's getting there. It's looking not bad, not terrible, right? Should we get one in there? But we can't. Okay. And I'm just kind of working inside to outside on this. We'll see what fits here. Not quite. All right. Not looking terrible. Yeah, see, there we go. And the nice thing about this one is, for a lot of the other ones, like the straight tracks and stuff, we can just take up what we need to take up and keep the same layout, the same distance and everything else for corners and what have you. So we can build everything kind of off of this one schematic, which is what is going to be nice about it also. Now we can't fit that in there. Can we fit anything else in there? Yes, we can. We can fit that and that. Can we do the same here? Oh, I bet we can fit one up there too. There we go. I didn't even check on that side. So, one there, one there, one there. So, basically with this, it's kind of whatever you like, whatever looks aesthetically pleasing to you, whatever makes you happy. I kind of like having them balanced like this as far as looks, but you don't have to. I mean, if it works for you, it works for you, right? The big thing is you're going to make sure that your trains go in the right direction. I like having the double tracks because then if something gets bogged down, I periodically put crossovers and they can go around it. So that'll help with that. So now we just fill in. So let's see what we got here. We're going to have to move some of those anyway when we go to put in our signals. And we'll work that out and work around it and what have you when the time comes. you know what? Let's not do that until we get up here and do this, because otherwise we won't be able to get in there. Now imagine, if you will, once we have all of this in, just how much solar power we're going to have. This is definitely going to go far in supplementing our base power, and it will also interconnect all the bases so that they can all share. There we go. So that's another reason I'm not particularly concerned with regards to balancing accumulators, because in order to do that, I'd have to have a big old spreadsheet and try and balance it throughout the entire thing. And you guys don't want me to do that, and I damn sure don't want to do it, because, you know, I'd be spending all my time doing just that. Did I put... Yes, I did. Alright. Trying to keep it even. Trying to keep it uniform and symmetrical as best I can. Just because I know my anal retentive OCD is going to kick in if I don't. Oh, alright, let's go get some more lights. Now, like I said, I don't have any robo ports over here and any logistics over here. Did I say lights? I meant solar panels. But I do have them over here, and all I got to do is get close. And I put a fair number into the system. I think that's everything that I was short on. I'll go back over here and finish up. Yeah, we'll do that. That's the other reason I work from inside to outside, is because as you put the stuff down, you block yourself in otherwise. And you don't want to end up doing that and get stuck someplace. You got to pull all your work back up just to be able to you know, get out of where you're at, where you've painted yourself into a corner at. looking good, looking good. And just go over here and do the same on this side. How did that end up? I don't know. We got it in a second. Did we short ourselves a track on this side? Looks like we shorted ourselves a track on this side. Let's take a look at something now. That's weird. Whatever. It works. We'll pull, you know, once we get these all done and we can start sitting the ends of them together, we can look and see, you know, where we screwed up. We'll be fine. Something sure does seem to be off there, though, doesn't it? Huh. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Yeah. I don't know. But we're going to do this and take care of it, whatever the deal is. There we go. Fix that. Right. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay. Are you... No, you're same alignment as that one. Huh. Weird. I don't know. Something ain't right. That's gonna bug me till I figure out what that is, I'm sure. But something does not sit. Oh, well, there. That's part of what's not right. Right there. So there's that. And there's that. Okay. So there we go. So now, for these walls, we want to keep everything that we own inside of our little area, but we also want to have lasers. So 1, right, and then 2, 3 deep, right? That's what we want our walls. And I'm just putting these down as references because what I think I'm going to do is the tracks and the solar panels are going to be one schematic, and then the lasers and the walls will be another schematic. It'll give me a little bit more flexibility where I need to have the flexibility with regards to things like shorelines and stuff like that. But I just want it to kind of get it kind of eyeballed out here as to where we want it to be at, so we can kind of fill in this area. And I was thinking we probably want to leave ourselves a place that we can walk here, but also here. So what if we did this? Do I have any brick with me? No. All right, let me put brick in my requests. We'll do 500 brick. Go over here and get this brick. Now, doing this is going to screw up my my pretty concrete, but I'm only going to do this the one time, just to kind of see where we're going to put this walkway. Beyond that, I won't have to screw my concrete up anymore. So, let's see, how big do we want this? Do we want to be able to drive down it as well? Do we want to be able to drive around here and do maintenance? I think maybe we want to do that. Maybe we want to be able to drive around and do maintenance as well, if we need to. Is that wide enough? Maybe. How about if we did that? How about if we put that there? I'm asking you guys, like you guys can tell me, right? I talk to myself a lot. You know, what can I tell you? So if we did, you know what, if we did it pretty and we went all the way to the wall and put it under the lasers, I mean, we're not gaining anything by it, but we're not losing anything other than a little bit of stone either, are we? What if we did that? What if we came that way and that way, right? Now, do we want to square this out, right? And then that would give us a roadway that we could, you know, traverse, and maybe we'll do that out of concrete as opposed to this, so that we get the faster run on it. But we're just using the brick here to kind of lay it out. I think that works all right. I like that. Let's see what that gives us for solar panels. All right, we can make that work, right? You know what? What if we came down one more? Right. And we can't put a solar panel in there, but that's okay, because oops. Right. Right. And then if we ever had to, we'd come in here and do any kind of repair work, I guess we can always close off the section of track so we don't get run over by a train, and just come down here and do what we need to do. How's that? Again, like I say, we'll figure out this very edge as time goes by. But if we did that, right? So now, let's see something here. We took this, right? All right, we'll have to shorten it a little bit. Which is fine. We'll make it properly the corner, right? There we go. And then flip it one more time. Now, a few of these on the very end are outside of the radius of this substation, but keep in mind you'll have substations further down that way and further down that way as well. So now, open that up and get rid of it. Grab a new temporary. And get rid of this. Get rid of this. Right. And theoretically, go up here and let it fill in these little bits up here. Now, for just a second, we're going to do something a little slick here. We're going to get rid of that. We're going to open this back up and get rid of it. We're going to grab another one, and we are going to copy the bricks. Get rid of the concrete. Apparently we missed a few bricks in putting that one out, but that's okay. Those we can fix. Right? Right. Then go right down here, and that ought to fit right. You know what? Yeah. Are we out of bricks? Well, that didn't take us long, did it? Let's go get some more bricks. Come to Papa, my pretties. Bring me bricks. In fact, bring me many more bricks. Bring me 1,000 bricks. if you have them. Bring me all the bricks you have. I think that's all the bricks they have. Alright. Alright, there we go. Fill, my pretties, fill. Ta-ta. Probably should have left the substation in there for reference. A little hard to see otherwise. That's just so cool watching them go at it, isn't it? Now, are we out of bricks? We might be out of bricks. We got 8 more, 108 more, so we'll be able to, wherever those 2 missing bricks are, not that it matters. Oops. Scheisse. Alright, there we go. Mainly, I just wanted to see what it was going to look like. So then, open this back up, get rid of it. Grab another one. Because we got rid of these. We need to put them back. Should have saved that schematic and I didn't. But oh well. Where are we at here? Straight line there. Straight line there. And yes. All right. So there it is, folks. There is our first railroad blueprint. Now again, like I say, these walkways and these walls and the edges here will square up, and we will square up the edges of the where the substations go and what have you. But for the time being, we've got our first working blueprint. So let's do this. Let's get rid of this. Let's get ourselves a blueprint and get this puppy saved if we can scroll out far enough to save the whole thing. And I think we can. Just. Now it won't do the walkways, of course, because they're brick, and if you've got anything else in the blueprint, it will not pick up the brick or the concrete. So it's just the main schematic itself, a blueprint itself. All right, so let's test our blueprint. Go to work, pretties. My minions. Can we color these guys yellow? Can we go into the file and color them yellow so they can be minions? Give them weird glasses. Give these guys a second to do this. Move down here a little further so that we're in their zone of control, as it were. Come on, guys. Get those last couple. Alright, now we can move over here. I'm just using this to be able to see where the edge of the construction area is. All right. So there it is, all picked up. Now let's see how this looks. Yeah, we'll probably have to extend our work area a little bit. But it looks like everything is there. Of course, with the exception of the bricks for the thing. So we got a metric ass ton of solar panels in this one, in comparison to the our accumulators, but like I say, I think we'll be fine with it. So there it is, guys. That actually took a lot longer to do than I expected it to, but that is the basis for all of our other railroads anyway. It's going to be the basis for our corners. It's going to be the basis for our straight track. We'll just get rid of the middle pieces. So now you see what we've got going. You see the idea that I've got for walling the whole thing in on both the outside and the inside, so that it depends, there's no having to worry about, do I have the right side of the track where I need it to be. It's going to take a lot more walls, and it's going to take a lot more lasers, but oh well. So there we go. All right, so I hope you guys found that interesting. If there's something that you guys think that I should have done differently, I know I didn't put lights in this yet, or something that I should change or fix, I know I've got to put signals in, and I got to put lights in. But for now, it's a work in progress, and I think I like it. All right, guys. So hit that like button, and tell your friends, and go in and check out that link. Like I say, I'm gonna put the link in the doobly-doo for his channel. Go check his channel out. Seriously, he's got a lot of stuff on there. It's pretty cool. So I'll talk to you guys later, and you guys have a good day. All right, bye.